In this video, as you can see, as with my previous just building onto it, I have a TradingView window right here, which has the information on the indicators developed by the creator. So in this case, we're using pip.isr, and I'm going to be clicking on the scripts tab, and these are his scripts, or so-called binary options scripts. So we'll be focusing on the binary blast 3.1 today, and this one says expiry 1 candle. Let's click on it for information. Expiry 1 candle after the signal candlestick closes. Maximum consecutive losses found 4 if someone wants to use as a Martingale these backtests in the system. But he already has backtested it, and he says do not put or call on the current candlestick as it repaints for only current candle. When the candlestick closes with a signal, then you can put or call. Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to be doing, and we have this already applied to a chart. Now we changed it to CAD-JPY because I noticed that over here CAD-JPY has a better payout, so it only makes sense to do it in that way. I am not going to bother to set up the indicators on this screen because we're only using this one to take the trades. I want to clarify that the minimum trade size is 1, so as with my previous video, if you want to be using some kind of Martingale strategy, you want to be depositing like $100 in your account, so with a 50% bonus, you're up to 150, which is not bad. So I have eventually reverted to binary blast v3 because I find that there are more entries than v3.1. And if you're wondering why there is a odd balance on this new account, because the earlier recording had some issues, and as a result the recording file was gone, so I had to redo this all over again. But nonetheless, I hope you guys find this valuable. And just to set some groundworks in this test, I will be starting with very small trade sizes, even though this is a demo, and even though the demo account has 10,000. Why? Because many people in reality will not be starting with too large amounts. But let's say if you're going to be starting with 10k or 5k, then yes, it makes sense to start with say $50 or $100. But in this case, for this purposes, because a lot of people won't be starting with that much, so we will just be starting with $1 trades and working the way up. I'll be doing this in a very structured manner, and I hope you guys will benefit from that. And you'll notice that this is a very disciplined way of trading where the indicator does all the thinking for you. Okay, at the end of this candle, if it still shows as a put over here, we will enter for a put trade. Okay, the indicator has disappeared, and now on the new candle, yes, it has reappeared again as a put. So if it finishes this minute as a put, we will then do this on a put trade at the beginning of the next candle. Because this is breaking out to the top side, this could be setting a new upper resistance level. In a new video, I will want to be testing something else as well, which if no new signal is given, we'll continue with the existing direction. We'll do that on a different video, so that will be like a next level of this. At the end of this candle, if it still shows as put, we will go on a put at the beginning of the next candle. Okay, we are close, 10 seconds to go. 9. Alright, go. Alright, see how this is working out? For good measure, we will always set up for the next trade, just in case. Always drag this within view so you can see how many seconds are left. In this case, I think we will be winning this without a doubt, so we will change it back to $1 for the next trade entry. We now see a call signal appearing, but having said that, like I said, in the next video we're going to be trying a new approach, which is what happens if we do the same direction until we get an opposing signal. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna just do it as it's supposed to be used and see. Okay, we're almost in time for the next candle. Alright, and we go. Very important tip is that you may want to disable your tap to click on your computer when you're trading binary options or forex or any kind of trading for that matter, because the last thing you want is you accidentally click it a couple of times. Earlier that did happen during the test, and actually there was a double trade over here. So nonetheless, this one is now a put. We will set up for a double up for the next trade and go in if this one finishes off at that direction. So we'll go in now here. We also have direction change here. It shows a call, so we will set up in case, but we'll just watch it for a bit. Right now it looks quite comfortable margin. Don't you think it's awesome that we can rely on this for charts and this one just to take the trade, so that way we don't get stressed out by the fact that the screen is glitching. Okay, anyways, we briefly saw a call over there. We're going to set it back down to 1 for a call trade if it does finish with a call sign down beneath it. No matter how good a system works, it's always good to test first, and then once you're comfortable with how it works, then you feel ready to use cash. And when you're using real cash, you're not actually risking it. Even though you're putting real cash into the mix, it's not a risk because it is like a calculated risk. It's a really simulated risk. What I like about this user, he has tested the maximum consecutive loss is 4. Okay, it says the minimum expiration has been changed to 5 seconds. Unfortunately, we don't have that feature. You may want to consider to get that in your TradingView. Okay, it is finishing, and let's do it. Call. This way of trading is very similar to what I taught in the past in some of my Martingale programs, Martingale Mastered among a few others. But I think what is good about this is that, for some of you who feel a bit stressed, having to manage a lot of things like the amount, and you're wondering which direction to go, then this could help you to make up your mind. Okay, now we're going to set up for the next trade because it's now turned into a put signal, and we're going to keep the expiration within view and see what we need to do at the end of this trade. Alright, we go for a put trade. And by the way, if you have any questions or systems that you want me to check out and do a review of, you're welcome to comment them in the video comments down below. Meantime, I'm going to set up for the next trade and get ready because the signal is now changed to a call. Getting ready for that. Now we take a call trade at the beginning of the candle. I'm going to shrink this down and hopefully that will help the glitching. I'm not going to bother to set up any indicators here because I already have it here. This will be the final trade for this short video, and I hope you noticed that even though it's demo, but I'm doing it in a very controlled environment. I'm doing it very safely, and which should be the same way as when you're doing live funds as well. So I hope this helps you to get a good idea of how to trade. Alright? And if you have any questions, once again, comment down beneath this video, and thanks for your time in watching this video, and I hope to help you to get some great results in your trading. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. I know it's been quite some time since I've been producing regular content, but I would like to produce content on a much more regular basis, so please support me in that.